These are tips for Google Classroom and how to get the most out of using this platform. So, this is one person's Google Classroom. So, they have a lot of classes they're enrolled in, but there might be a class that they don't need anymore and the teacher forgot to archive it. So, if you have classes from last year or previous years, you can click on the snowman for that class and you can unenroll. And it gives you a message that don't worry, all your stuff is still saved in Google Drive. So you haven't lost any of the work that you have done. All right. Probably my favorite feature with Google Classroom is the to-do list. So if I go over to the hamburger, click on to do, this should be something that you are looking at very, very frequently. And this will show you what is still due, what's overdue and missing, and what has already been completed. So it looks like we have a couple assignments coming up. And so we'll take a look at how to do those assignments and turn them in just a second. All right, I'm going to go back to my classes here. Okay. All of your classwork for each class is saved in Google Drive. So if I want to see all the work that I have done for science, for example, I can click on this little folder. It opens Google Drive and shows me all the work that I have done for that class. Okay. All right, so let's look at this music appreciation class where we have an assignment due. Your stream are announcements that your teacher has for you. Classwork is where you're going to have items that you need to turn in. So for example, we need to turn in this music theory review. So I'm going to click on that. And if I click on view assignment, that is where I'm going to actually turn it in. Sometimes teachers already have something for you to work on. And so we'll click on that. In this case, we have that. And so I would fill this out, and it looks like she's already started it, but she would finish it. And once she was done finishing it, then she would click turn in. Now, sometimes the teacher doesn't give you something to start with, and maybe they just want you to start with your own blank Google Doc. Then you can click the plus sign, start a Google Doc, and then you'll be able to turn that Google document in. Or maybe there's something that you have saved in your Google Drive. You can go to your Google Drive, find that item, and then turn it in. Okay. Google Classroom is fairly easy to use, and I hope you get familiar with using some of their features like the to-do list. You could even look at your calendar as well, which will show you when things are due for different classes. Both of those are helpful, and you can narrow it down so you only see certain classes if you want to. Hopefully you'll get really familiar with Google Classroom, and if you have any questions, make sure you ask your teachers.